I would like for us to take a couple of minutes. Actually, it'll be more like just about 60 seconds. I'm going to time it. And I would like for you to close your eyes and put yourself being aware that you are aware. Okay, you are aware that you are aware, that you stand in gratitude for who you are, what you are, why you are, and how you are. And stand in gratitude that you are unique, you are different. There will never be another you, ever, ever. It's not possible. Tap into that one thing that makes you more unique than someone else. And stand in gratitude for about 15 seconds in that. And as you stand in gratitude, let's take ourselves outside of ourselves just for a moment and stand in gratitude for 3 things that you have either experienced or somebody in your life that you stand in gratitude for, and name why you stand in gratitude for that person. And as you come back here, know, I'm going to speak for Karen and myself, that we stand in gratitude for each and every one of you and for the uniqueness that you bring to Gateway to Dreams, Connecting and Promoting Women. And that we are all a piece of this puzzle, this beautiful puzzle called life. And when one piece is missing, it does not look the same. It is not complete, it is not whole. So if you're here today, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And for that, we are grateful. So welcome back. We're going to invite Karen to join us now, and she's going to share a little bit about who we are with Connecting and Promoting Women.
So I'd like to start with, it was kind of surprising. It was 7 years ago this month that we started brainstorming what Gateway to Dreams could look like. And I think the only one on the call today is Rebecca. But the community, there was 20 plus people that would get together to meet to talk about what we could do and what difference we might make. And if you see our vision and mission, it has taken us years to get here, but we really want to inspire dreams into action and to model that we can change the world. And I believe in positive possibilities, so positively change the world. We want to, we do inspire action. We give voice and clarity to the dreams of individuals. And the ripple effect, oh my gosh, I'm hoping Marty Casey will be on the call today because she's got some crazy ripples to talk about. And that we impact our community socially and economically. So that's kind of where we have evolved to with our mission and vision. Upcoming events, we were supposed to have our Impact Awards in April. We postponed them to the end of September, and we haven't talked to our board about it yet, but it looks like we are going to celebrate Gateway to Dreams the entire month of September, and then still have our event on the 30th via Zoom. So it will not be a face-to-face event like we had originally planned and hoped, but we are working, and I want to give a shout out to Becky Boomerschlegel for her. Oh, Tracy's on. Tracy was part of, I don't know if you were on, Tracy, when I said it was 7 years ago. Can you believe it's been 7 years since we started? I see your mouth open wide, so you didn't realize it's been that long either. But you know, and we started out at another location in the mall, 1,300 square feet, no, 1,700, and then ended up in 6,400 square feet. So, but you know, the Impact Awards is our big fundraiser and our way to showcase the people in St. Louis that are making a difference. So be watching for information on that. We're also going to do a call out. Alana, I don't know if Alana is on yet, but her production company, Above the Dogs, is going to help us tell the story about Gateway to Dreams. And in the month of September, we will be sharing people's stories. So if you have a Gateway to Dreams story or a Joy Goal story you want to share, reach out to us. Right now you see on the screen, Karen Garcia was actually part of that brainstorm back in July of 2013. She passed away a year ago in June, but she believed in paying it forward. She believed in positive possibilities, and she was such a gift for our community and our brainstorming. We do have volunteer. Oh, I forgot to talk about Heidi, the membership. Oh, okay, we're jumping around on the screen. Is our amazing Zoom expert, and so she helps us with each of our Zoom meetings for CPW. So we want to give a shout out to Tiffany. The membership drive that we had started in, I think it was February, hasn't worked the way we wanted because we wanted people to be able to bring people into our space. But we do want to let you know that anytime we have a CPW meeting, invite people. We still are acknowledging and recognizing the person who brings the most people. Heidi, do we have a screen for the Connect 4 challenge? I don't know.
We do. It's further down. I'll mention it again.
Okay. All right. I'm probably out of order. Okay, so we got the Zoom meeting. Also, when we quit hosting, a part of our revenue went away because people paid to attend our meetings. We haven't done that with the pandemic. We thought it was more important that we create and keep community going. So, but we do have, you can go to our website and there's a place to donate. We would love to have donations. And for those that have been, we sent out an email and we really want to thank those that have been donating. It's cheers me up when I see our donations come in. So thank you guys for that. Our rent went up when the mall was sold and our utilities, we had not paid for them and the new owners want us, and rightly so. We've always been very blessed with previous owners helping us and giving us special breaks. And some of those breaks have gone away. So it cost us more and we're making less right now with the with not hosting events. So you can make donations and sponsor, or what's my next one, Heidi? Okay, so today we do have a sponsor. It's Alana, and Alana gets to, oh, and Cindy Can is Diane Carson's guest. So thank you, Diane, for inviting Cindy. But Alana gets 3 minutes to talk about her company. And we want to thank her. Alana, are you on? I know she was trying to get on. Did we get her?
I'm here, Karen.
Oh, yay.
I'm here. Hi. Hello, everyone.
So take it away, Alana. Tell us about Above the Dogs.
Well, my name is Alana Trepler with Above the Dogs Multimedia. We're a full-service voiceover recording studio, video production, live stream, webcast, streaming, and e-learning development company based in St. Peters. Our recording studio, we do a lot of podcast recordings, and it's actually blown up lately because everybody is doing everything online now, or mostly. So we record podcasts, we edit any type of recordings, audiobooks, voiceover for video, pretty much anything that you hear, we can record and produce. Our video production, we have green screen capabilities in our studio. We go on location to do video shoots, testimonial videos, video productions for things such as the Gateway to Dreams Impact Awards coming up, video editing, and we can make videos with just simply by having images and audio recording for that. We also have a social media show that we do called the ATD Show, and we invite local businesses and nonprofit organizations to come into the studio, and we do a real quick 10-minute interview about the business owner and or the nonprofit, and then we publish that on all of our social media channels. And that is we invite you as our guest. So if there's anybody who wants to come into the studio, and we can also do a webcast, which is like what we're doing here with our very high-techy software. We can do it that way if you're more comfortable that way as well. You can reach out to me that way. We do live streaming for different events and social gatherings, etc., like live presentations, things such as like TED Talks, those kinds of things. And we also do e-learning development. And we can put together from the start to finish, so you can put your learning courses on your website and just have income with your sales presentations and talking about your business or your service, your products or your services. And that's pretty much what we do. Does anybody have questions?
Alana, thank you so much. Do you do, like, if somebody wants to create an audio, I'm not even sure what to call it, like a training course, online training course, do you create those as well and edit those? I'm sure you would.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We can do the full development of training courses online.
That's
we have, there's so much, if that's something that you're interested in, I would be more than happy to talk to you about it. But yeah, we do your website implementation. We can find a course software that works for you, and we fully integrate the whole course, and with e-commerce and everything. So
I have a friend, so we'll see.
Okay, awesome.
I'd like to give Alana a shout out. She and her husband Wally are just amazing, and they have a full studio in their home. So if you want to have a video to put on your website, she is an amazing interviewer, and they put together a lovely little video that you can place on your website or put in your social media platforms or any of that stuff. They are just amazing. They really are.
Thank you, Diane. And if you guys go to our Above the Dogs multimedia on the Facebook and go through our videos, you'll see we had done an interview with Diane, and it was so much fun and very informative. So thank you, Diane.
Can you tell us the contact information, Alana?
My email address is alana@abovethedogs.com, or you can find us on pretty much any social media platform at Above the Dogs Multimedia or hashtag Above the Dogs Multimedia.
And then if you get a moment, maybe you can add it to the chat
Oh, okay.
so that we will have access to it.
Thanks, Darlene. I will do that as soon as we're done answering questions.
Perfect.
I have a question. How'd you come up with the name of your business?
I get that question all the time. It's great. Actually, if you look in the phone book, we're listed as a hot dog vendor. You can imagine that. Above the Dogs is, don't just run with the pack. Rise above the dogs, because unless you're lead dog, the view never changes. So
Okay.
that's what we spun it into, but it actually started out, my husband and I worked together, and he had a recording studio where he would record local musicians, and his recording studio was literally on the second floor above a dog grooming salon.
Oh,
So that's where the name came from. But yeah, so it's a fun story to tell. So I appreciate you asking that.
that's cute.
That's wonderful.
Darlene, are you ready?
Yes, yes. So thank you.
Thank you
Alana.
so much. I appreciate it. And, I appreciate that I'm able to be a part of this group and a part of Gateway to Dreams and helping with everything that we're doing. So this is very, very awesome.
I really, truly appreciate that you sponsored today, because now I know what I didn't know about what's available. So I truly am very thankful that you did that for me personally.
Yep. I'll put my contact information in the chats.
That'd be
So
awesome.
thank you. Thank you all so much.
And I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to invite everyone to put their contact information in the chat. We're going to save it, and Tiffany's going to send it out when she sends it out to all the attendees, I think is how that works. And then my personal goal today, just so you know, that my personal goal is to meet 3 people that is on today and have a 30-minute conversation with them, so that I can really see how it is that I can help you grow your business and whatever it is I need to keep my eyes and ears open for. So that's my opportunity for you to take on that as an opportunity as well, to meet 3 people. So our next thing that we're going to do is our getting to know you. And I think it's going to go into the, there you go, thank you. It's a getting to know you script that if you need some guidance, right here it is. We're going to take 60 seconds in just a little bit. So in lieu of collaboration cards, please send any message to an attendee that you would like to chat or connect with. And there's you can see the template here. And eventually what we're going to do is we're going to break out into breakout rooms. And the person whose birthday is closest to today is going to be the facilitator. So welcome to leadership. That's a great place to be. And you're going to be, leader, you're going to be in charge of keeping track of the time, okay? And whenever your time is up, I'm going to just ask that when you hear the timer go off, no matter where you are, just stop and give your name and your tagline if that's how you usually end, so that we can honor the next person and they get their 60 seconds as well. That would be awesome. Let's say if you attended the April meeting and didn't get a chance to share your 60-second commercial, please go first. I guess, I can't remember back to April already. That was already like, what, 3 months ago? But please be attentive to the time and break out. And as an example, you'll start with, hi, my name is Darlene Hertz. I own an organization called You Empowered Services, and I specialize in helping people create their wealth by getting out of their way, getting past the mindset that they currently have so that they can produce the results that help them achieve their dreams, desires, and certainly everything that they deserve. In my professional life right now, I need to touch human beings. That's who I am. And so that's been my greatest opportunity for my personal growth. In my personal life right now, I really am, just my mom's celebrating her birthday next month, and I'm just praying that we all can get to Texas and celebrate that with her. A dream that I have is to take my grandkids along with their parents, we'll just let them drag along, on a tour of the world so that they can really come to learn and appreciate the true beauty of our world in forms of nature and humanity. So that would be my dream. So that's an example of what our scripts can look like. Tiffany?
Great. Thank you, Darlene. I think we are ready. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. Go have some fun and connect with some great people. See you back here in about 6 minutes. Bye.
Remember that your goal that I've set for you is connect with 3 people after today. Karen, you want to join us and share about Dream Tank?
Marty Casey, is she on? I don't see her. I wanted her to do this, but I didn't tell her, so she didn't know. I don't know how many of you caught her on a national or international platform a couple of weeks ago, but because of Pookie, she's part of now Unity Earth, and they're doing all kinds of really amazing things to try to spread the word about Black Lives Matter. And one of her current dreams, there's going to be an International Sun Day on August 9th. It's a Sunday, and it is an International Sun, S-O-N Day, for recognition and awareness around what is happening to primarily our young Black men and women who are losing their sons, so to racial injustices. So she's not on the call, but I'm going to talk just about that. So that's actually it. I would love for you guys to mark your calendar and just be aware of it. on Sunday, August, that International Sunday will be launched. All right, back to you, Darlene.
Okay, thank you. I would like to introduce our educational speaker today, and Anthony Coleman. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about him. Mr. Coleman, you're going to have 15 minutes to speak. So let me introduce Mr. Anthony Coleman, who I'm super excited to hear speak today. He's a native of St. Louis and a graduate of Webster Groves High School, and he later earned his BA from the University of Kansas in marketing and advertising. He has been in marketing and sales since 1982, first at CBS KMOX Radio, where he did business-to-business sales for 15 years. Then he transitioned into the insurance industry and most recently has focused on consulting for local businesses and charities. In his earlier years, Mr. Coleman participated as a high school wrestler, a member of the tennis team, and now an avid golfer and head golf coach for both Matthews Dickey Boys and Girls Club and Better Family Life. In addition, he's a member of the T Masters Golf Club of St. Louis and a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. His passion and spare time is spent coordinating the development of junior golf for underprivileged children here in St. Louis. For the past 6 years, Mr. Coleman has managed MAC Consulting, a local multimedia marketing firm where he directs marketing for local businesses, which includes radio, television, outdoor media, and print and digital marketing. Over the past 2 years, he has commuted to Atlanta in Georgia doing consulting work for a media firm, and he recently moved back to St. Louis, welcome, and joined Vivial, a digital marketing firm where he is employed as a senior digital sales representative. He is happily married to his wife, Melissa, and has 3 children, Kyle, Kayla, and Maxwell. And I apologize if I did not say, it really is maybe Kala. And they reside in St. Louis, Missouri. So please welcome Mr. Coleman. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Darlene. I'm happy to be here. I see some familiar faces. Obviously, my wife. I see Tracy Flay, who I haven't seen in a long, long time, and some others. So thank you for having me. I know I've met with a few of you before to work on your golf tournament and those kind of things, which I'm glad it became a major success. And hopefully I was some help in that. But today I want to focus on your online marketing process. Again, I'm with Vivial. We are basically an online mobile and social marketing solutions company. So I'm pretty sure that the guest that you have, Alana, knows a little bit about that. And so that's my focus today. I'm going to try to stay in your time frame. So my agenda today is to introduce Vivial a little bit, 7 reasons why internet marketing matters. I want to discuss ideas to maximize your success and answer any questions you have, and then be able to provide some recommendations and, of course, give you information on how I can be reached for the future. So a little bit about Vivial, and I promise you I won't read all these pages, but a little bit about Vivial is we are a very, very large digital marketing company. We have 20 locations across the country. We have a large office here in St. Louis that employs over 100 people. Again, I'm a rep, so I go out and I find new business, and I help, and I try to tell companies why it's important to market your business online. But we have a bunch of kids that are between the age of 20 and 23 who just get in there and they get into the weeds and fix all that. And my promise to you is I'll let you see the roses, so to speak. That's a little bit about that. Again, we're a Google partner and voted one of the best places as a marketer to work in the country. I hear most recently, so we're very, very proud of that. Couple questions that I like to ask my customers, do you think that you are searching, do you think people are searching online for your product? And many of you are, I had some information on what most of you do. So everybody is really, really right now searching online. Obviously they're not driving around seeing a lot of billboards, or they're probably watching a little TV, but you really can't capture information from a person that way. Has it been difficult to develop an effective online social presence? And I want you to ask yourself that, how tough is that? And then would it be beneficial to show you how to show up in Google searches and in the Google search engines, and so that you're not on page 9 when it comes to that, and you're hopefully in the top 4 or 5 areas. That's the key to that. And are you looking for new ways to engage your customers? So one thing that Vivial can do is to help you overcome your marketing challenges. And that means saving a lot of time for you guys to run your business and not become a marketing expert all of a sudden. That's sort of what we do. We take a lot of that time away from you, away from your hands, so you can focus on running your business. And speaking of that, is I want to just give an ad lib here. So to tell you about the little power of online marketing, let's face it, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, a mask meant absolutely nothing to America. And all of a sudden, you know, these masks are now $1 billion business, and people are not only marketing that, but you probably wouldn't find these in the stores unless you got a 5-pack for, you know, $8. But just to show you, all of a sudden, online marketing has created this booming business of which you can market your products and services. And so these are a couple of products my wife and I have. So anytime I do a presentation, I, of course, I promote my company, and of course, Melissa, a market hers. That's just to show you a little bit about the power of online marketing. I'm going to go into 7 reasons why internet marketing matters. So with the growth of technology, and I'm going to, it's crucial that you have an effective internet marketing a plan in place. And if you don't, you should really get one. I always tell a person that an internet, a web page is just a web page. It's like a business card. So if you leave all your business cards in the box, no one's going to ever see your business. You have to market and drive business to your website. So as we look here, your customers are all online right now, and especially in the last 4 months, everything they do, they're buying online, they're looking for online. So the key words that you use to market your business are what a person may be looking for. So say, for instance, somebody might Google, I'm not sure what to charge my customers for my services. And then maybe Michelle, who's a business-to-business coach, might have that answer. And so she'll have that content written on her platform. And once that comes up, they'll pull up Michelle's website. They'll say, wow, this is just the person I'm looking for. And they'll be able to use her business. So that's exactly why your customers are online. They're looking for your services, and they're looking for all kinds of information. So whatever keywords you're using to describe your business is of ultimate importance, and I help you with that. It's also a great way to create two-way communication. Well, if you get a newspaper ad, you can't create two-way communication. If you do television, you see the ad, but you can't create, you can't ask a question to the television, and on and on and on. So if a person goes to your site, they can really ask more about it. They can get into a chat, and they can really find out more, and they feel like they're really, really more part of your business. And so so online marketing is a great way to create two-way communication. So it also personalizes your audience experience. And these, again, are 7 reasons why it matters. As stated, your audience wants to feel like they matter to your business. They just don't want to be another number. So effective internet marketing creates a custom experience for them. Next slide. So it allows you to drive quality traffic. And when I say quality traffic, it's very important. So for instance, if you're an alterationist and your whole goal as an alterationist is to do wedding dresses and to do tuxedos and quality suits, but all of your referrals, because, well, I get all my business from referrals, and all your referrals are giving you are somebody that wants a hem in their pants. Well, you're getting a lot of business, but is really the kind of business that you're looking for? Is it really what is the most profitable use of that? So what internet marketing does, it actually promotes the product or service that really drives your business, drives your profit margin, and not just a referral that actually really takes up a lot of your time, but doesn't give you the kind of income that you're looking for. And so that's what I mean about driving quality traffic to your site, so that the products you really want to serve and that keep your business in business are done. So it also increases your business's visibility. And what I mean with that is your website is great for your visibility, but you have to have something that drives it. The biggest hurdles with traditional advertising is obtaining interested leads. And so, of course, with us, with our business, we can actually send a lead directly to your source. People that are really and ready to buy right now. That really need your service right now. It'd be a great opportunity for Alana, because she has a product and service that people really want right now. And they look online for it. And so we can actually do what we call click to lead to do that for her as well. As we go down a little bit more, this is the 5th reason. It allows you to multitask. And when I say, and that's slide number 13, if you will. So it allows you to multitask. And what that means is that you're all running the business. It's hard enough running the business than to try to learn everything there is about marketing. You have to trust someone. So I tell, if you have an online marketing person or a website person or whatever person or social media person, you have to give them 5% of trust. And then the other 95% they have to earn. Okay, you really have to trust them to make sure that they're doing the right thing for you for that. And so oftentimes you guys might get calls from marketers and those kind of things. Maybe just one time, take a listen to what they're saying and see if it can really help your business. 15 minutes out of your life is not going to ruin it, but it might help you grow your business. And I say that about that. Okay, so, and the last one about why it's important to advertise and do internet marketing is because your competitors are right there. Your competitors, if you want to remain in competition with your competitors, you must invest in internet marketing. Your competitors are already doing different marketing things, and they know that if you're not doing it, they will, and they'll get your share of the market. And that's how they get their rise to the top. So those are the 7 reasons real quick. Real fast, I'll just go over some of the areas that we fix for you. Directory optimization. You might not understand these different topics, but I'll go over them with you if you wanted a console call. Content marketing is key. So whatever you're doing, if you write content about it, people are Googling particular words. So they might be Googling holistic consultant for this or that. And if you have that in somebody's writing content like our company does, they can really help you out. Text messaging, if you want to send out groups of information, review generation, which helps your Google listing and manages that. Of course, we do send everything to your Facebook, your social media, your LinkedIn, your Twitter accounts. Search engine marketing is the click for leads area. Search engine optimization is what fixes your business so that everyone can find you. And of course, social media managers is where we just blast you out there to the world. Online display and online video. I'm sure that Miss Alana has online video too, but that's a nice piece. If you put a video in your website, more people will stay right there looking at your website, and they'll be retained by that website. Very, very important key and a great feature to have. So just about that, and all you guys hopefully will get this presentation, and I won't go all of these, but our marketing platform is what 99% of that what you guys really need. If you have a business and have a website, you need a marketing platform. And all those services we just talked about, like directory optimization, keyword tracking, social media, content writing, we do all of that for you. We do every bit of that. So if anybody tells you you don't need a marketing platform, they're wrong. You need a marketing platform so that all of the things that you're doing are done. For instance, I can probably look up many of your businesses right now, and you see this directory optimization, where it has all these errors. This is what you don't want. That means your businesses are listed incorrectly, and that's why you're not getting to the top of the Google search engine. You have to get those fixed, and that's all a part of a marketing platform. Those need to be repaired. Otherwise, you'll still be on page 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and you don't want to be there. Your Google rankings are a direct correlation to what happens to your directory optimization. So we want to position your business as an industry expert while increasing your exposure. So we create, the best thing you can create is you create trust, relevance, that you have some importance, and of course, and I did say trust, so that your audience knows that you are a good option. And that's what Google looks for, trust and relevance. If you have those kind of things, all of a sudden you will expand up into a higher level of the Google search engine. So as we go down a little further, I talked a little about content marketing, and content marketing is very important. So if you look over here at this little screen right here, what to ask a HV contractor when hiring them, or how to fix a vacuum cleaner, or how to do this or how to do that, that's where you put that in there in your content. So if somebody's looking to do that, they're basically going to look at your site. They're going to Google that, and that's what comes up. It'll take you right to their site, and all of a sudden you become the authority or the expert on that particular service. Content is key to everything that you're doing, so people will have a good idea of where you're going. Review generation is self-explanatory. You need to make sure that you are looking at any review that you get, and you respond to them in a timely manner. Do not let a review go to your website and you haven't responded within 7 days. it knocks you down lower on the Google search engine. So reviews are important, but all your customers who are happy with you, you should send them and request their review. And that also helps your post Google up. A little bit more about Facebook, Instagram advertising. We target customers by demographic, location, and their behavior. And so if you're looking for particular behavior, we can actually geo-target any individual that you like through Facebook or any of the social media campaigns. We do have a separate social media a product that we have that is absolutely fantastic. So instead of you taking time to Google to Facebook first, Instagram second, LinkedIn third, you can do all of that in 5 minutes off a platform every morning, which is very important. So before I finish up, a few additional things. Obviously, we do a few additional solutions to fuel your business. Obviously, we do from 3-page websites, $49, all the way up to 25-page websites. So when those are done, all in our office, and pretty much we've probably worked with a business like yours. We need your logo and that kind of thing, and we can take it from there. Search engine optimization, we've talked a little bit about that, but that's what increases your Google search engines, and that's what gets you higher to the top of when a person's looking for something. So if you're on the side of a highway and you want to, and your car breaks down, you're not going to look on page 8 for a tow truck on page 8. You want to look at the first thing you see to come and get you, and that's what we want your business to be there. Great organic search, and it's also in the mapping section as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, I'm done. Cost effective. The internet is always open. You can create a campaign much faster, and you get advanced analytics. And so now you don't have to worry about your return on investment because the platform shows you all about that. We do put packages together for you, as you can see. And the last page just goes into the award-winning digital marketing agency of what we do. And that's the kind of packages we put together. I didn't put prices in there. I don't want to scare anybody off. Okay. And then the next page right there didn't go to our digital marketing side. And the final page is, of course, my contact information down there. So if anyone has any questions about it, I know I had to go quick because I had a lot of information. But if anyone has any questions about that, my email address and so forth are listed. I can give you a 15-minute consultation call for more information about it, which is listed. And I want to thank you for your time, and thank you connecting and promoting women for having me today. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate you feeding us so much information for our growth of our business. So I really encourage you to make Anthony one of those 3 people that you're going to contact, and make him a part of your plan if that's what works for you guys. I would like to introduce you to Amy Lemire. Amy began her journey as an international keynote speaker, business strategy consultant, sales trainer, and thought habit coach over 25 years ago. A survivor of a near-death experience at age 9 gave her the desire to lead, serve, and inspire others to achieve greatness. Amy became a leader in human potential and self-development at age 18 with her work at LifeSpring seminars. Amy has over 2 decades of experience in business and medical capital equipment sales and has been recognized as a Fortune 500 top sales performer and international sales trainer. She has trained hundreds of entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and teams on sales skills, public speaking, presentation skills, leadership, and negotiation skills. Amy also helps individuals and teams achieve their peak performance results through her Thought Habit Finder individual and team DNA coaching. Amy's business, AIM training and consulting, action plus inspiration plus motivation plus results, helps individual performers, leaders, and teams to improve profit through best-in-class sales, team leadership skills, and peak performance thought habit training. Once terrified of public speaking, Amy is now a master at public speaking, a professional member of the National Speakers Association, a board member of the National Speakers Association in St. Louis, and a former board member of the National Speakers Association in Illinois. She has also served as Dean of Speakers Academy, NSA Illinois, and currently serving as Dean of Speakers Academy, NSA St. Louis. She was recognized as the NSA Illinois Member of the Year in 2018. Amy is a distinguished Toastmaster. Let's see, yes, which is, I'm a member of Toastmasters. It's an honor received by less than 5% of the Toastmasters. She presented at Toastmasters Leadership Institute, Chicago District 30 conferences, and has served as area governor. She is a certified thought habit coach through the Augmandino Leadership Institute and is a certified life coach through New Peaks. Amy became an Amazon #1 bestseller in 2016 with her book From Zero to Sales Hero, How to Double Your Sales and Income in 90 Days. She published her second book, From Zero to Speaker Hero, How to Achieve Fame, Fortune, and Fun as a Speaker in 2019. She has given keynote speeches and conducted training and consulting services to her clients, Zebra Technology, Becton Dickinson, and many others. She has served as the Global Director of Sales Training and Performance for Qualcomm Life, ICU Medical, and Becton Dickinson. Please help me welcome Amy as she shares her story. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Darlene, for your introduction. And good morning, everyone. I first of all want to take a moment and I want to thank two special people that made this opportunity possible for me today. That's Karen Hoffman and also Sheva Pincus. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak today, and there's many people on this call that, looking around, I've already met many of you and worked with you, but I just want to say thank you all for being here with me today. So when I say the word determination, what does that mean to you? According to the dictionary, determination means firmness of purpose, resoluteness. As I prepared for this talk today, I thought about the power of determination. The thought of determination brought me back to the year of 1977. I triumphed as my life was spared at age 9. My struggle was between life and death. Through the help of doctors, nurses, and medical staff, God, and my personal power, I was healed, and I live today to tell you all my story. I remember this just like it was yesterday when I was 9 years old. From my story, there are 3 lessons I want to share with you all today. Choose determination, joy, power, and confidence. One day I woke up and I asked myself, where am I? As I looked around the hospital room, my mother was there. She explained we had been in a terrible car accident. It was caused by a drunk driver. We had just left Six Flags in Eureka, and as traffic was heavy, she decided to take the outer road of Highway 44. Then it happened. The drunk driver drove straight towards us, a car with my mom, my 2 sisters, my brother, and 2 children who live next door to us. To avoid a head-on collision and all of us being killed, my mom dodged him and she hit a fence. She went on to explain that I had been injured. In addition to the cast on my left arm, my head as well as my face had been injured. Now, I remember thinking it was probably just a couple scratches, bumps, and bruises. And then I asked my mom, can I see my face? She replied, I need to ask the doctor first. Then it really hit me. I knew something was wrong. As she left the room, I remember I pulled the dumbwaiter close to myself and I opened the drawer, and I remember there was this mirrored surface right inside the drawer, and then I saw it. I could not believe what I saw. My face looked worse than anything I'd ever seen in a horror movie. I wasn't injured. I was severely disfigured and injured. Half of my nose was gone. There were scars all over my face, especially on my left cheek where the impact occurred. My head had also been shaved. I found out later that it was so that my brain could be monitored from the accident. My beautiful long brown hair was all gone, and I really, to this day, don't have any memory of what happened. The last thing I remember was I was eating cotton candy with my siblings walking to the car at Six Flags in the parking lot that night. But I learned later that my head had been bandaged as I was medicated in a coma for weeks, 30 days to be specific, and I was monitored for loss of vision, hearing, and brain damage. I had over 500 stitches in my face. I had been in surgery for over 8 hours, and my skull had been rewired back together. My left wrist was also broken. To say I was in a state of shock was an understatement. Not only just after seeing my face, but overall, I secretly wished I was dead. The physical healing had just begun and continued as I went through decades of cosmetic and reconstructive surgeries on my face. Now, the psychological healing was still, little did I know, a future event. A road much longer than the physical healing or cosmetic surgeries. It would take several turns in my life: self-destruction, boundary issues, and anger and rebellion. So how did I heal psychologically? The words I want to share with you today are miracles, determination, joy, and also power and confidence. So the first words I want to tell you about are miracles and determination. Now, to me, the word miracle means many things. It means many things to you. But for me, it started with the experience in 1977. To say it's a miracle that I'm alive today and didn't suffer brain damage is true. My family had been told that even if I did survive this accident and the surgery, I would probably be blind, deaf, and brain damaged. But the second miracle happened to me, and it was a gift from my grandmother, Meme, which in French means grandmother, my dad's mom. She gave me this book a month or so after the accident, and I have it right here. It's called The Value of Determination, and it's the story of Helen Keller. Now, I didn't know or understand what this word determination meant at that age, but I learned quickly from the book. It meant to me, develop a spirit, a positive attitude, and have a spirit to persevere no matter what the circumstances are or what's happening around me. Never be a victim. Never allow anyone, any event, or anything to take away your personal power. Now, to this day, determination is one of my core values, and I thank my grandmother for teaching me this at such a young age, because it helped me get through the dozens and dozens of cosmetic and reconstructive surgeries on my face. It also gave me courage to continue no matter what's going on. Now, the other miracle I inherited was a gift of mental strength, and that was from my other grandmother, my mom's mom, Nana. She had been a nurse. Now, I didn't know what perseverance was until I went through this experience, but determination and courage helped me with the psychological healing that had to occur after the accident. And last, there's the miracle of faith. My mom, my dad, my family, my friends always surrounded me with love and caring and gave me the faith to stay strong. And my grandfather, who is an Episcopal minister, helped me see the value of faith at a young age. Faith can get you through the darkest times, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So I continue my journey in faith today through the Episcopal Church. Now, another miracle happened to me, and this was 30 years later. This is crazy. It's no accident that later in my life, as you might have heard in my bio, I found my mission was to help patients and medical staff improve care through products and services. So I spent about 20 years in medical sales before I transitioned into speaking, teaching, and training, which is what I do today 6 years ago. But I always thought to myself, if I'm not a doctor or a nurse, I can still do something to save somebody's life. So I was selling infusion pumps at the time when I lived in Chicago and Illinois. Now, this is interesting. I was helping implement our system at a health system up in Chicago, and I let the project manager who worked with me, her name was Diane, know I was going to be unable to attend meetings because I was having some more surgery on my face, more laser surgery, resurfacing some of my scars. Now, she asked me, what type of surgery are you having? And I told her, oh, I was in this accident when I was young. And she said, what hospital? And I said, I went to St. Joseph Kirkwood, Missouri. She said, what year? I told her it was 1977. She was quiet. And she didn't say anything for a moment or two. Then she said to me, I remember you. I took care of you. You were in the intensive care unit, and I was working the night shift going to nursing school. I was worried about you. Now, she went on to explain what my mom looked like, what my doctor looked like, and she was 100% correct. So I knew this was not a fluke. I knew she had taken care of me. And I remember a stuffed animal that was sitting on my bed, and it was this long white dachshund where all the nurses signed their names on it. And I still to this day remember this big Diane written on that stuffed animal. I can see it. I never thought I was going to be able to thank one of those nurses who saved my life, but I was able to do that. It was a true miracle. We crossed paths 30 years later in another city. Now, she went on to be the chief nurse officer at St. Joseph's Kirkwood later in her career. The next thing I want to talk about is the power of confidence and self-development versus self-destruction. The next thing I learned was the gift of personal power and self-development from this event that happened to me. One of my mentors, Tony Robbins, has always said, the only meaning that we give events is the meaning that we create ourselves. And we always have a choice to turn challenge into opportunity. Now, during my teenage years, I confess, I was angry. I was rebellious. I got speeding tickets. I wrecked cars. I drank. I smoked. And overall, I was really reckless. My father used to call me a bull in a china shop. It was my way of acting out. I was on a scary, self-destructive path until I was 19 years old. Thankfully, I found a new path called self-development and personal growth. In the late 80s, my friend Matt invited me to a seminar called Life Spring in Kansas City. I was a college student at the University of Kansas, and I was only 18 when I went to this workshop. It got me to see that it's not what's on the outside that matters, but it's really what's on the inside in our heart that makes all the difference. But this got me to see that what I had gone through, there was a meaning behind it. Every one of us has gone through something. Maybe it's an accident. Maybe it's violated trust. Maybe it's abuse, poverty, hardship. But we can look at these events as ways to make us stronger and to help us define who we really are. And it could be a way to help others. It shapes our character. It's our gift and our superpower only if we allow it to be, if we choose that. But through the workshop and many others that followed, I became a student of human potential. And I was able to see that it's our past stories and limiting belief systems that get in the way of what we really want and who we really are in the core. From the seminars, I decided to let all that go. I came to the realization that my purpose in life is to inspire, to create joy in other people. And I created a life contract in that advanced Life Spring workshop. I'm a beautiful, passionate, powerful woman. I stand to create joy in others. And it's hanging on my wall behind me, even though you can't see it. My mom framed it for me 30 or so or 40 years ago. But today, my life mission and my work is to help women rediscover their joy, power, self-confidence, and to live life on their terms. Joy and gratitude. Finally, the choice to own our personal power, fear, and gratitude cannot coexist. So, fear and gratitude cannot coexist. Who would I be today but not gone through, had I not gone through this experience at 9 years old? I don't think I would have the courage, determination, and personal power in my life had this not happened to me. I smile to myself, and I know it's no accident. I spent so much of my career selling services to save lives. But today, my drive and desire to write, speak, teach, train, and other people is where I want to be, and I want to help others. It's my way of giving back and defining who I am. So helping others harness the confidence that's already within them and waiting to shine. So I realized that what may appear to be a hardship in life is sometimes a gift in disguise. I'm often told I'm a positive, inspirational person. I admit it's really hard to see that in myself, but I know it was a result of this accident in 1977. And I know my mission is to serve people and make the world a better place. But in conclusion, my story doesn't end there. I learned 2 years ago as an adult, trauma and damaged trust can also show its head later in our life. After 2 divorces, an opioid addiction, it was time I looked in the mirror and realized I had one more obstacle to conquer. I had issue with boundaries. I asked myself as I looked in the mirror, why can't I be in a normal relationship and be in a happy marriage? So I realized my marriage was on the rocks. I took a thought habits course, which helped me see that my thought habits were keeping me stuck in a life of bad relationships. And I was also ignoring this doorbell that was telling me to leave a manipulative husband. I decided 2 years ago it was time to release my guilt, shame, and self-judgment from a life that I finally decided to do. So until I did that, I couldn't be free. So 2 years ago, I decided to build healthy boundaries in my life. And thank you, Og Mandino, my coaching tribe, Henry Cloud, the author of Boundaries. I've now retaken control of my life again, my joy, my confidence, and determination to a new level. This has changed my life so much, I decided I want to serve other women to find joy and release self-sabotaging thought habits, which is what I do today. And as a thought habit coach, it's my way of giving back. Finally, this is for you. As you go through your day today, reflect upon the following question. What miracles, gifts, and events do you have that may have thought in the past painful, but what are you grateful for? How do these events shape who you are today? How can you help other people be strong? And how can you look at your life experiences as gifts? Where will my gifts of determination, joy, and confidence take me? I'm confident that if you look at events, circumstances, and what could be appearing to be a hardship as a gift, you too will be filled with joy, determination, and confidence. And you will live a happy life, and the world will be a better place. Your thoughts are a choice, and you can control them. Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. If we don't walk away from here empowered and understanding that we are the ones responsible and in control of our own thoughts, you weren't paying attention. That's all I'm going to say. So Amy, thank you. I'm assuming that there's going to be lots of questions, and I'm going to ask you to use the chat for that too. Here's her information, because we are running really, really close to being late, and we want to honor everyone's time. So I'm going to make the decision. We'll take 2 questions, and then the rest gives you an opportunity to connect with Amy. So who would like to ask questions?
Cindy Dooley's had her hand up for a while.
Okay.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I know that turning challenges into opportunities. I like that. I know that, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And you're just a very strong woman. And I just appreciate you sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Cindy. That's inspiring to hear, and I appreciate you sharing that so much.
One more person? Tiffany, do you see anybody? Karen?
Was anyone else injured besides you in the accident?
My mother dislocated her shoulder, and one of my sisters broke her wrist, but that was it. I pretty much got everything. So I was sitting behind my mom and the driver's seat, and then I just got broadsided. So most of the damage was my left side of my body.
Wow.
How did sorry, I have a question. Didn't raise my hand.
Sure.
How did was there a difference in how your parents treated you before the accident and after?
Yes. My father was pretty much consistent in the way he was. He was always pretty much non-emotional and the businessman type. My mom really carried, I believe, a lot of guilt and shame for what happened. So I just remember her taking me into toy stores and saying, buy whatever you want, get whatever you want. I was a pretty spoiled kid. It also caused some issues with my sister that's a year older than me because I was always getting all the attention. So those are some of the family dynamics that over the past 2 or 3 years, I've really come to grips with the guilt and the shame that resulted from that accident. And it's been amazing to release those feelings.
That's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Amy. I can't even tell you how many times I got the chills just envisioning your story. So thank you.
Thank you.
I have one
Thank
more
you for the opportunity.
I have one more comment. Amy has made available that habit assessment for free, and then she will do a complimentary recap for you. I've taken it. I super enjoyed it. It gave me some confidence in some areas to work on. So anyone else that might be interested in it, that's a gift she is giving.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Okay, so next we would like to offer anyone an opportunity, actually not anyone, just raise your hand and Tiffany will call you, on any testimonials or shout outs for our members, anything like that that you would like to share.
Yes, I just want to say how grateful I am for Gateway to Dreams and CPW and your collaborative board. You have been a tremendous blessing to me. I've grown up pretty much in the bubble with like-minded people or people of my race, my my church community. And so I was in a bubble pretty much all my life. And I prayed last year because I realized that if I wanted to go somewhere, I had to come out of the bubble. And CPW has been it's been an answer to my prayer. I asked God for divine connections so that I could not only pursue the realization of my dreams and the vision that I have, but just connecting me with other people, outside of my bubble. So I just want to say I appreciate you all, and I'm really grateful because Michelle Petralia I think it was YCB, I talked about my struggle with my weight and my health, and that was the one thing that I was aspiring for even more than my business, because if I'm not healthy, I can't do what I need to do. And this has been the one thing in my life. I've overcome many things, but this weight thing, I mean, it literally weighs me down and I'm not happy with it. And Michelle is like the gift that keeps giving, and for accountability, she calls me, come on, let's work out. She knows I'm not gonna go out and work out. So we're literally on the video calling, and I'm doing my workout while she's doing hers. So I just want to say thank you, Karen, for hearing the voice of God and following that. Your labor is not in vain, and I am praying for you because it's because of people like you that I'm able to grow and thrive, not survive, but thrive. So thank you.
I ditto that.
I have tears in my eyes because it means so much to know that that our community, and this is a community, I may lead it, but it has so many pieces of other people that make this happen. It's, like I am in awe of our community. Thank you, Lady E.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karen, after hearing Lady E speak, I am really emotional, so I wasn't going to. But after an amazing conversation with Dr. Marty Casey recently, she informed me that on day one, after coming to CPW, that we filled her so much with love and light and support that it allowed her to go back to her community that didn't have enough energy to support her. And that she was then able to go back and lift them up. So I don't know why I'm so moved. I think it's just everybody's story, and Amy just inspiring me. Oh no, I don't look inspired right now, but I really am. So, and Karen, thank you. Thank you for lifting so many in our community.
Tracy has been there since day one. She is Gateway to Dreams. So thank you for feeling what I feel, humbled by God using us to create a community that loves and supports one another. And we don't want to listen to people talk bad about anyone, that we want to love people right where they are, Thank you.
So when God speaks, you respond. And for that, every one of us here are very, very grateful. And I mean that from the absolute top to bottom of my heart. Both of you, actually, both of you ladies. Heidi, kind of with Tracy on here, this kind of leads right into you taking over.
Yeah, it does. I just want to thank Anthony and Amy for great information today. I'm trying to hold back tears as well. I've been gone for a couple months and it's just been great to be here today. Yeah, our amazing board is on the screen right now, and Dr. Marty Casey has joined our board within the last 2 months. So it's just been an inspiration to be a part of this group. We're still looking for volunteers and donations to Gateway to Dreams. We're not able to meet in person, but we do still have the rent and operating cost for the business lodge. So if anyone could donate, we greatly appreciate it. We know everybody's struggling right now, and we're extremely thankful that Gateway's been able to keep going. We weren't sure if we would be able to, but we're extremely grateful that we've been able to. So thank you to the board, the volunteers, Karen, I mean, just everybody. It's amazing what you guys do for us. And here's the information again, if you guys are able to donate. And then here's a slide Karen wanted earlier for our membership drive. We did try to launch this earlier this year, and then COVID hit and we were a little disorganized. Michelle Petralia and Michelle Perry were helping on the forefront of this. But please invite visitors, like-minded people to join us. The community is amazing, and you guys all know this. Diane Carson, today you had the most visitors to the meeting, so thank you. So you'll be getting the Starbucks or the Panera gift card, whichever you want, and the book that Karen helped co-write. So yeah, again, guys, just thank you so much for everything you guys do. And Karen, I'll pass this back to you with the closing quote, or change for change. We don't need, but yeah, there's the quote. Thanks, guys.
So never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination. Never limit others because of your own limited imagination. That's a beautiful quote, Heidi, that you picked. And I think it's really significant that when I started talking about Gateway, there were many people, Bill Purnett talks about it. He goes, I supported you, but I really didn't believe you could pull it off, So it was like, really, you supported it, but you didn't believe it. But he didn't let his lack of belief in it stop it. He actually supported it. So let's support others with their dreams. We're gonna do the song without Pookie and Marty today. And Tiffany, I think is gonna, we have the slide up. For those that aren't familiar with this song, I heard it in August of 2014. Pookie wrote it, Pookie Lee wrote it, and it hit my heart. And that was in 2014, but it wasn't until 2019 or during that time, I would have Pookie sing it like a Joy of Goals. But there was a morning, and some of you will get this, some of you will think I'm crazy. I get it, I think I'm crazy too. But I heard God say, come have Pookie sing at CPW. And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I did not want to call Pookie at 7 o'clock in the morning. But if she was going to sing there, I needed to call her at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm arguing with God. I can't call her this early. But I did it. And she showed up and she sang the song. And many of you get this song like I get it. We're responsible for this world we live in, each and every one of us. It's not the president. It's not our next door neighbor. It's us. We live on this planet and we can take responsibility to make a difference. So we've not done this, I don't think, without Marty or Pookie, or maybe we have, but how do we do this? Are we going to do it? How are we going to do it, Tiffany? You going to play?
So we're going to try something new. I'm going to try to play the audio. Can you see the screen with the words now? Okay, I'm going to try to play the audio. I will probably ask everybody to stay muted because Zoom can't pick up that many microphones, but hopefully with the music, we can feel a little bit less isolated in our singing.
We want to see you singing, which always amazes me to see you guys singing when we do this. So join us in the song. Go, Tiffany, make it happen.
Can you hear it?
Responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I am responsible. I am responsible. world a better place. Looking around the world, and what do I see? So many things in a state of need, pain and suffering all around me. I won't stand by and just let this be, 'cause I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. Everywhere, everyone wants to be free. Some look around and say, it's not me. How can they close their eyes and not see? It all comes down to me, because I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I said I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I'm reliable, accountable, dependable, invincible. I'm capable, incredible, responsible. I'm reliable, accountable, dependable, invincible. I'm capable, incredible, responsible. 'Cause I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I say I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I said I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. To leave the world a better place. To leave the world a better place. Come on and leave the world a better place. Yeah.
Amen. I think I just found a new opportunity to sing with a group of people without singing with a group of people. This is awesome.
Yeah, right?
And I got another workout today.
Yeah. I never have heard the music with that. So
Oh,
yeah, she did a great job composing that.
yeah, it's a
It is
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's a God song, I think. So everybody, thank you for being here. Thank everybody for your support. Thank everybody who helped make this Zoom call happen. And we'll see you next month.
All right, you guys. Blessings, gratitude for each of
Put it on
you.
your calendar, the 26th.
Hugs. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.